Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can. Let me get you up on screen.
All right.
Are live. Let's go. Look at this connection too. Crystal clear. Let's go.
Wonderful. Good.
How are you, brother?
Oh, I work at the greenhouse and we're making a video for the property.
Uh-oh. Is the cops coming? Are you in trouble?
No, neighbor or something.
They're like, how dare you, sir? already getting in trouble.
Welcome to Cleveland.
Nice.
This is Center City, Cleveland, down that way. So we're on the corner of 67th and Superior Avenue. And that way is our farm. So how are you doing today? What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm super stoked to check out the fucking farm. I see. Can you show chat your other hand? You've been in the dirt this morning, haven't you? Look at that. Look at the hand. You've been digging in the dirt. That's what I wanted. Let's go. Yeah, tell your neighbor we're filming a porn. We're trying to film a porno over here.
Yeah, we've. So I'll show you what I was working on today. We've been building like a walkway type thing. So our property goes down to basically where like the green kind of like fence ends. And this front forest here is like the beginning of our forest garden. So a forest garden is an attempt at like a permaculture system. So you want to have as much biodiversity as possible, as many different fruiting trees as possible. There's some raspberries kind of along the edges here. But then if we hop up through, we're tarping out these beds to get all of this ready to plant what's called a Three Sisters. So a Three Sisters, you take 3 seeds, and it's corn, squash, and peas, and you plant them together because they have like a lot of symbiosis between them. The corn grows really tall, the peas kind of go up and around the corn a little, and then you have the squash down beneath. So this is a lot of these are going to be fruiting trees. Some of these are cherries, some are figs. Some are going to be apples. And this is basically what we have to do to get everything ready is you take a steel rake, you rake all of this shit back as much as you can, and then you get like a different rake and you rake some of the weeds up a little bit, and then you flip the bed and then you tarp it, is what we've been doing.
When you say flip the bed, you mean like you take that like undergrowth and shit and just throw it, like flip it over?
You would just like, you take a shovel and then you just like turn it over. You get as many of the weeds out as you can, and then you flip it. And when you tarp it, we're going to keep it tarp for a couple weeks. So like I imagine if we took a peek under here, there's actually a little bit of grass growth. I don't know what we're going to have to do about that. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's supposed to be there.
Uh-oh.
Resilient
fuckers.
But we'll figure it out. What I've realized is the only things that grow are what you don't want to grow.
Of course.
How's that under there? Any better?
It looks a little better than that one, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of growth there, it looks like. But yeah, I mean, the sun ain't getting in there, so they shouldn't be able to grow, but god damn it, if it wants to, it fucking will, right?
It really feels that way. So yeah, a lot of these are going to begin to be flowering soon. I'm not exactly sure, what these are. Maybe a wise person in your audience can tell. Oh, yeah. But that looks like it's supposed to be there.
Oh, it's pretty.
To any of your viewers too, this is only like day 40 of me farming. So I'm nowhere near any kind of expert.
And so can you remind me what's the name of this place again?
Yeah, it's Community Greenhouse Partners in Cleveland, Ohio, United States of America. And the program that I'm doing is called a WWOOFing program. So there's an organization called Worldwide Opportunities on Farms. Mm-hmm. And there's about 1,700 farms in the United States that are some level of homestead, organic, market garden, so on and so forth. And you look through the website, you find like a host that seems to be like a good one for you. This specific place wanted us to do 25 hours of work per week in exchange for food, housing, internet, and electricity. which is, you know, a pretty good deal overall, I think.
Hell yeah. So you're officially a woofer right now.
Yes, yes, I am. I got here. I think I got here March 30th, maybe.
And
I guess it's not March 30th anymore.
it's not. So like you sign up for like a certain like tour for how long you want to, or are you just able to come and go as you please, or like how does it work?
It really depends. You can go to some places for a day. You can go for a weekend. You can go for a week. You can go for a couple of months. I think I told for 3 months. But we've had a couple fraternities come. We have a volunteer here right now helping us with some tomato staking. So yeah, I'm here for about 3 months. A lot of the other people like that are staying at the house are here for a couple months time too.
Damn, that's dope.
Now, it did end up being what I will say to people is WWOOFs are not really. Sometimes they have issues.
Of course.
You know, they're not exactly beacons of perfection. So when we arrived here, there was a lot of rehabilitation that's been required. But thankfully, there's a group of workaholics here, and we've really been doing a lot to get it going. So
it's very rewarding work too, I got to imagine, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really nice to be growing things. This is where we got some of our bees. Gonna try to get kind of close there without getting zapped.
Chat, be quiet. Don't disturb the bees.
Oh, actually, here's a better angle.
Oh, here we go.
When we installed these bees, a beekeeper came. Man, we didn't have like bee helmets on or any kind of stuff. It was just like we were hitting bees from a container into a different container. And I'm scared of bees.
Did you get stung?
No, somehow.
Damn.
Is there any way that I can zoom? Nah.
I can see him buzzing. Look at him. Look at him go. So how'd you put
There's
this together? Did you have to put the queen in there first and then put the rest in?
Yeah. So you stick the queen kind of like in the middle, up at the top. And then, yeah, you put all the... Okay, I'm going to get away from here just before an accident happens. But yeah, you have to put the queen in first, for sure.
Yeah, I
one queen per 10,000 hive. Oh, you did some bee stuff?
I did help build some hives. And unfortunately, for like doing some volunteer work out here in DC, and they got destroyed quickly thereafter, unfortunately, because the group didn't like work to maintain them. They were just like, here you go, and like,
oh right, and
they were destroyed. But we named all the queens. It was Jamie B, Curtis, B, Beyonce. I can't remember what. Susan B, Anthony, I think was another one.
Yeah, those are good. Nice. Nice. This is one of our compost bins. So, you know, someday this will be very good soil.
Is that where you poop
Another
too?
compost
Do you have to poop
bin.
in there?
I'm sorry?
Do you have to poop in there too to help it along?
I don't have to, but I
Go
do.
fuck yourself.
You know, just to further the process along. You know, come out here with the bird song when the sun's rises up over from that side over top of the church. So, you know, it really connects me to the different deities too.
And there's a hippie thing where you like sun your butthole too, so it's probably a good time to do both, you know?
Oh, I didn't know about that one. Let's not get crazy. We started asparagus here, as you can see.
Oh.
Asparagus takes 3 years to produce anything like large enough to harvest.
No shit.
But then you get it for 25 years.
Oh god.
So we just planted these this year. There's going to be, you can see 1, 2, and 3. So there's 6 in this bed. Probably we're one of the neighbor cats.
Oh, hello.
I don't know how many in this bed, but and then also what we're going to do soon is asparagus and tomatoes actually are very complementary to one another. So we're going to do some interplanting in here, and we're going to put some nice heirloom tomatoes in addition to the asparagus that we have.
Oh, heirloom tomatoes are so good. If you've never grown your own heirloom tomatoes, chat, they are fucking bomb.
Do you have a favorite?
No, my mom used to grow a bunch. She has a big ass garden at home.
Okay.
Back in Maine, and it's gotten bigger and bigger ever since when I was a kid, it was pretty small. I thought it was big then, but I got home now and it's like a whole operation. Like she grows more shit than she has to give it away to neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, but that's good though, because that's like, so that's what people can be doing. You know, like growing and giving away to your neighbors or doing something like that. I think that's a really, really amazing way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they're fortunate enough to have a bunch of property to be able to do that on, like 8 acres of land up in the woods
Yep.
in Maine. Really fertile, really tons of water. Like,
Oh, wow.
it's incredibly good, easy to grow shit on. I mean,
Well, let me know if they need a woofer.
they grow weed legally too, a shit ton of it.
Nice. Yeah, let me know if they need labor.
There you go.
Call me.
There you go.
I've never been to Maine.
They yeah, you know what? I'll ask them because they always need help harvesting the marijuana crop, if you know what I mean.
This is your parents?
Yes, it's my parents.
Nice. All right, good for them. Yeah, I've never done that before, and it's a skill that I'd like to learn. Basically, I'm trying to take this year and just learn as many different farming techniques and skills as possible.
And you want to do that because you hope to have some land of your own here pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to flip camera back. Yeah, I would like to have land of my own. I don't know if I want to do an urban project. I don't know if I want to get involved. There's a greenhouse here called what are they called? Green City Growers, and I think they have a 4.5 acre building just for hydroponic lettuces and other hydroponic growths. Just like an incredibly massive system, really efficient, really good for, providing a lot of lettuce and a lot of salad into a city and so forth. They've got conveyor belts and all kinds of stuff. There are some interesting things going on with vertical tomato growth systems. I just watched a pretty cool YouTube video the other day of a guy in Nebraska who he uses 75 feet of like a 4-foot diameter pipe, 3 of them, and he has those pipes come up into his greenhouse and then down underground and outdoors, and he always gets 52-degree Fahrenheit temperature. So in Nebraska, he's growing citruses 365 days a year.
What?
And he's using the 52 degrees in the winter to keep it warm, and then the 52 in the summer to keep it cold. And he's designed it, and now you can purchase all the materials that you need for that greenhouse, I think for under $25,000, and then install it yourself. And that comes with your piping, with your walls, with your Lexan. They have a system built in there for hydroponics and or aquaponics and everything. So he's in Nebraska. I'm thinking of maybe, trying to like check that out at some point. There's some amazing permaculture places. So there's so much to learn and figure out.
How does that work? Like the piping going under the ground, it like keeps it at 52 degrees. Like, does he have a heating system rigged up, or is that just because of the way the pipes are?
It's because you go underground deep enough that you're getting into where it's always 52 degrees. So by running the air through the 75 foot pipe, it's long enough to either heat it or cool it to that temperature. Damn. So he's actually even working with some places in the United Arab Emirates, I think. And they're potentially going to be able to do something like that in the deserts. You're just going to have to run like a longer tubing system, but then you're going to be able to like regulate a greenhouse without using any energy inputs. And he was using, I want to say, about 4 kilowatt hours of energy per day. I think that was for his automatic watering system and some of like the other things that he has, but it was under 70 cents of electricity per day in order to run that entire system. And he was he was getting huge yield off of his citrus trees, and just a really, really amazing thing. It was from the YouTube. There's a YouTuber, her name is Kirsten Dirksen or something. It seems like she's been going around for like 12 years to like eco homes, tiny homes, sustainable homes, permaculture farms, earthships, woofadis, and all this kind of stuff. And she really has just like an incredible catalog of going from basically doing what I want to do, but she already did it, of going like farm to farm and making like a high quality, 10 to 20 minute YouTube video showing the different techniques and technologies from that farm.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, why should people need to, or why should they want to know how to farm? I mean, other than the obvious shit, like why does an average leftist know how to fucking grow some Three Sisters,
Yeah, I mean, you can produce food a lot better for your community. You can be healthier for your community. It can be a bonding activity. It's a good service building project. It's a better hobby, in my opinion, than some of the other hobbies that I developed over time. I think that if you wanted to go like down like darker routes, I think it's important to begin to understand water conservation, energy conservation, soil conservation. I've been working with an arborist as well, and there's a lot of invasive insects and a lot of invasive kind of diseases that are going through different trees. And I came to find out there's actually only 25,000 certified arborists in the United States, which really isn't that many when you think about like how large our country is and how many trees we would have. So I feel that we have just huge deficiencies in any kind of like agricultural like movements or building or growth or so forth. And to me, I mean, we kind of got to a point where we've got like I think most people are pretty happy with like a computer and some internet and then maybe like a nice painting on their wall or something. Mm-hmm. So I feel that this is kind of just like a very good 21st century endeavor as well of get you outdoors, it gets you in shape. You don't need a gym membership. You don't have to spend as much money on food or vegetables. There's, techniques that you can do. If you're in an apartment, I very much apologize. That's really difficult. The best thing to do in cities is to try to find like a community garden that you can become a part of, or like some allotments or something. Mm-hmm. But even in, so here would be something that I learned. If you're living in a city, you can grow a 8-inch by 20-inch tray of sunflower microgreens, which we'll see when we go in there. And for every 2 ounces of sunflower microgreens that you eat, you're getting 13.5 grams of protein from them. They're not very intensive. You could grow it on your windowsill. You can grow them in a closet with like a very simple lighting system. You get that yield in about like 7 to 10 days. And it's about like $5 of input per tray when you like factor in like seeds and if you're using like a little bit of nutrients in your water and so forth. But heavy nutrient density. Broccoli microgreens are really heavy nutrient density as well, if you're looking to kind of go that route. But I've always been kind of like and now I'll finish with like the dark stuff. I've always been like an ecological climate, doomer person. Like, I don't think that we have many people that understand how to rehabilitate soils. I don't think that we know how to like rebuild our forests. I do look to what China is doing, and like they're trying to build their new green wall, which I like really applaud them. However, they made a few mistakes that we can learn from, and they did a little bit too much monoculture tree cropping, which means, they have a potential for a blight to run through like a lot of it or so forth. Now they've, however, since changed it, and they realized like pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. But I'm really interested in, a lot of farming also seems to be like really open source people. Like people aren't really like protective of their ideas. Everybody's like sharing this technique or sharing that technique or so forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you guys are all like small operations. It's not like you're not working at giant corporate fucking Monsanto factory farms, right, where like it is like right, corporate secrets to figure out how to get your seeds to kill themselves afterwards.
Right, you're trying to do everything. I mean, you're not trying to do it perfect, but you are trying to do it as best as you can.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, you bring up a good point there too about like, not only is it like the work rewarding and it gets you off your ass because like, and you get the reward of like being able to create, but it's a great community, like especially like you said, if you can be a part of a community garden, what better way to get to know members of your community than to like literally get down in the dirt with them and create some cool shit that can help the community.
Yep. And then maybe like one neighbor is a good baker, maybe one is a good digger, maybe one's a good harvester or so forth. So you can kind of like you can share like the different things as well. Right now I think we have about like 5 or 6 people here, so we're putting in, I mean, honestly, probably 200 to 240 hours a week between. Well, is that true? Yeah, probably about 200 hours a week is kind of what we're putting in.
Damn.
Just trying to keep everything running. It's some tough stuff.
Thanks for the raid, Rabbit Man, and also the Rabbit Man, a vegan streamer friend of ours. He says, "Oh wow, I approve all these techniques and self and community gardening from a vegan standpoint." So. We got the
so these are some of the lettuces that we're going to be putting back into our hydro system. I have to show you all a mistake that we made with our hydroponic system. And it's going to make you all hurt a little bit, but hey, you learn and you kind of go from there. These are some purple basil.
I can smell it.
Yeah, oh man, I wish you could, because I can, and it's wonderful. yeah, these are like the little herb trays that we take to our markets and so forth. These are some coleuses that are, starting to get eaten a little bit, kind of like the pretty things for people. Oregano. Ooh, this one's not looking too good.
Oh no.
These 3 aren't looking too good. I wonder what happened. That's so strange. The 3 in one pocket.
Huh.
Rosemary's. Okay, so everybody, we're gonna forget that the lettuce looks really bad, but just imagine in your mind that it looks really good. That is our hydroponic system over here. So first basically what happened is we were starting to get some aphids. The executive director looked up what we were supposed to do. He found dilute vinegar and spray. Well, we diluted the vinegar and sprayed, but it didn't work, did it?
Oh no.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Shit. Yeah, my wife has done some of that for some of her plants. She's used vinegar, and then she's used diatomaceous earth as well to kill bugs.
Yeah,
we keep getting bugs, spider mites, and aphids and shit will come on plants that you'll buy at like nurseries and stuff.
Yeah, we found out that we should have used neem oil, NEEM oil.
Yes, she's she's used neem oil as well.
Yeah, that's what we were supposed to use. So that was a really big mistake, but we learned from it, and hey, things like that happen. The hydroponic system here is really, really simple. And then we'll look at the roots and how they grow and talk about like lifespan and so forth. So we basically just have one pump. This pump, runs through our hose over here, runs underneath into these blue pieces. Mm-hmm. And then I turned it off at the moment right now because the pump is really loud. But then basically you just have, you have a good image right there?
Yeah, can see right in there.
Okay, so yeah, you just have water come right there off of, down through there. And our system is slanted down that way. Mm-hmm. So your water runs down into that tray over there, and then it drips back down into our pump. And then the pump pumps it back through, and it just keeps going around and going around and going around. Wow. And let's see if I can find one that's still, decent.
How much do you lose to like evaporation? How often do you got to fill that bad boy up?
Oh, actually, so this type of farming is about 90 to 95% more efficient than farming lettuces outdoors by water consumption.
Wow.
You're using about 90 to 95% less. You don't have to use pesticides. You don't have to use soil. So this really is it is the better way to get lettuces. Let's see if I can pull one of these out of here. And so that's kind of how they grow. So your roots end up going, let me focus. Okay, your roots go into your hydroponic system. They stay wet, and then it grows. So it'll take lettuces about 50 to 70 days for full maturity. Mostly you're looking at like 55 to 60 days. Mm-hmm. But a nice thing about buying lettuces this way too is if you buy them that way at a market, all you got to do is wrap these roots around the ball right there, keep that wet, and that'll keep, even in your house for like 10 days or so. So there's no need to cut it. You can kind of just like pull pieces off as you need them, and it's going to stay a lot more fresh.
Wow. So how do you start these bad boys off? Like, do you get little like seedlings that have that like ball at the beginning? You pull them out of the dirt and then put them in there, or how does that work?
We have a start system indoors where we get a 128 tray of that thing, of those.
Yeah.
And then we just put seeds in, and then we grow them in there, and then we bring them out here. So these, you can see, these are the seed start holes. So these are smaller and more like densely packed with one another. Whereas, whoops, come on camera. Those are for the bigger ones.
Got it. So you get to
you start
little plug.
You start your seeds indoors, then you bring them out here, and then you transfer them over there.
Perfect. That's awesome. Wow. And so you said like this, like how much would like there we go, fresh off the vine. How much is one of those systems cost roughly? Do you know?
I don't know.
I was just curious. I don't know. I wasn't sure if you knew.
But the system can hold 1,200 lettuces, and you would be running probably 400 seed starts inside too. So if you're running in full capacity, you could basically be putting out, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred to like 600 or 700 lettuces per month. If you're really like running it pretty good.
Rabbit Man.
Actually, that's not true.
Rabbit Man has a question.
But you can make a lot out of this.
Rabbit Man asked, do you add Epsom salt to help with strong roots and as a foliage spray? Do you know that? If they use Epsom salt?
We've used Epsom salts on our tomatoes, but we haven't used them here. We use a nutrient mix. We use Grow A and Grow B. This is really the only thing that we add onto basically like the entire farm. Okay, well, first, they're trying to, I think it's bigger than they should bite off, but they're trying to build an aquaponic system. Let me finish eating first. I'm sorry, I'm rude.
It's all good. We're getting the full experience. I can taste it too. That lettuce is amazing.
So they wanted to build a hydroponic system and then filter the water through the top two parts back down to the fish, and then use the fish shit, and that's what you use for your nutrient.
Yep.
And your fertilizer in your system. But at the moment, the only thing that we do get off farm is Grow A and Grow B. So these are NPKs. One is an NPK 200, and the other one is an NPK 226. So that's going to be nitrogen, potassium, and magnesium.
Got it. Do you just add that to the water and then it circulates?
Yeah, we add for whenever this is full, we add 2 1/2 cups of each.
Got it. So
and that pretty much keeps the system running.
Man, don't take much, it sounds like, to, like you said, keep it running.
No, and actually, there's some students from Case Western University. I'm not sure if you can see. There's something hanging over there on the wall. They're developing and installing a nutrient monitoring system, and they're going to automate potentially even the watering as well with like a toilet plumbing mechanism that like if that gets too low, then like a water will just activate and so forth. So they were working on like their senior project or something to help kind of like automate even like a little bit further some of the steps
to improve efficiency and like let more hands off.
Yeah, all of that. Also, it's just like it's a good project for them to work on and that they can take later. But yeah, more hands off. You don't have to check it as often, and when you do have to check it, you don't have to add nutrients, you don't have to add water, and so forth. It's not going to save a ton, but it is cool to see and learn.
Oh yeah, definitely.
These are some just coleus flowers that we're growing to sell. Some strawberries that are starting to come along nice. And this thing, have you ever heard of a rocket stove?
No, what is that?
Oh, nice. Okay. So you use, what is that? Maybe like a 15-inch stick or so. And what you want to do is you get your embers like down in the back and your flame here. So this is what we use to heat this hothouse in the wintertime. It's just out of, like an old barrel. There's some cinder blocks in there and fire resistant stuff. And then, pretty like simple piping. That's not all that this is similar to the piping that guy uses. He just uses wider pipes.
Got it.
The ones that he runs under for his heating and cooling system. So you start your fire in there. Your heat and your smoke goes through your first pipe down underneath the pebble stones and a material that's called cob. Cob is baked dirt, straw, leaves, like organic material that you just like heat up and it kind of turns it into, it's like a buildable brick type thing almost. Mm-hmm. So your heat goes all the way down and then it comes back through this part here and then up out the top of our system. And what that does is rather than just like heating up the air in the wintertime, you're heating up what can hold heat and temperature. So then that emanates the heat off of the stone, off of the cob. And we don't have to run the rocket stove all the time. So you just come out here, you run it for a couple hours a day. And this is what enables us to be able to do 365-degree salad production. Also, we put another tarp over this part to really kind of like enclose the structure in and really trap in a bunch of heat in here.
That's
like
awesome.
Today. Oh, geez. I guess I'm maybe getting used to the heat a little bit more.
Holy shit, it's 96 in there.
Yeah.
I'd be sweating like a fucking stuck pig if I was you
Yeah,
right now.
I'm starting. The nice part about coming out here is I'm getting in shape a little bit, so.
There you go. Yeah, it's good to get a sweat on once in a while.
So yeah, this is, and then we're going to be we have a lot of tomatoes indoors, but they're going to be coming outdoors. So this is just like us readying our indoor grow rooms to bring everything out. There's still kind of like potential concern about frost. So we're trying not to bring tomatoes out for maybe like 1 more week.
Yeah, because weather is erratic. It's fucking weird. Even like
Yeah.
here in Virginia, it's like 80 degrees today, but it was like 40 degrees this morning.
This, I guess since the door's open, I might as well go in. This property is an old Lithuanian church
No shit.
that like isn't a part. The diocese like closed a bunch of them or something. So that's we're about to go into the church. I'm not brave enough to go down into the basement without a flashlight. But I did come. I mean, people have been down in here. Just it's a church basement.
Is it haunted?
But I mean, okay, like it's dark.
Is there a ghost?
I don't know. I mean, people come down here. I don't.
Oh, Lithuanian church basement sounds like a place that would be haunted to me. I don't know why. But
So we kind of have like our woodworking room over here.
Oh, your carpentry shop.
Yep.
Nice.
So the whole place is kind of like, if you want to do something, just go out and do it type endeavor. As long as you get like the stuff from market done and everything. We've got, I think this next one is hoop houses. Yeah, okay. So this is anything that we're going to need for putting hoops up, taking hoops down, all that kind of stuff. As I told you off stream, there were some issues upon arrival at the property, but it gets better and better every single day.
Okay, good. You're going to have that anywhere, though,
Right. Yeah. I think this is, does anybody want to open a hardware store of anything that you need?
Holy shit. Oh, I just died and went to fucking dad/wife guy heaven. It's like every size of nut or bolt I could ever want. Oh. That's fucking beautiful. Oh my god. I'm so jealous right now because I just want a project space so badly. I want like a table saw and like a place like this where I could keep a bunch of tools and shit that I can do weird projects and build shit.
We've got one more. Do you have any kind of space that you can expand or?
No, I mean we're house hunting right now, so hopefully soon.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck. Call me when you need your beds built.
Oh hell yeah! I'll be asking you all kinds of farm questions, I'm sure.
Oh no, I'll just come and help.
Oh hell yeah.
So yeah, these are just like whenever we need to repot and everything. A big project that I need to do soon is I want to find a bunch of pots this size and transplant some basil that we have that's really starting to grow big. And we're going to try to grow them to like sell them late in the season. We've got 24 or 26 different types of heirloom tomatoes growing indoors right now. Damn. Sun gold, solar flares, rising straubs, yellow pears, pink tie ladies, pink bumblebees, Brad's atomic, black cherry, Cherokee perp. So there's a lot growing.
Damn. Yeah, speaking of the basil, that is a thing you can grow in your apartment. You can grow, you can make an herb garden in an apartment. You just got to put it near a fucking window. Like I made one for my wife. I just cut like a 2x4 down to size, and I created some little like wire hanger type things that'll hold up mason jars. And
nice.
I put soil in the mason jars, and then I painted the board with like this chalkboard paint, so you can write like what you've got, basil, thyme, and stuff underneath each of them in chalk, and switch them around if you want, depending on how well they grow. Okay. Oh like yeah, I made a cabinet greenhouse too. You're right. I have a cabinet greenhouse. Just from some shit I bought an IKEA cabinet and sealed it up a little bit and drilled some holes in it so I could put some fans and humidifiers in it to keep it to keep it nice and wet in there. Holy shit! The stained glass is all still there, huh?
Yep.
Wow, that's beautiful. Oh man.
This is our spot. They came and filmed a movie here.
What movie?
I forget. I'll have to look at. If anybody wants to look up, like, I don't know, Lithuanian church in Cleveland on 67th and Superior movie, it'll come up. I watched it the other day. I just don't remember the name. It was watchable.
Was it what kind of was it a horror movie?
Yeah, a kid. They thought the kid was an antichrist. I think it was with Josh Duhamel and Evangeline Lilly. So like a real cast and so forth.
Yeah, you got fucking Transformers himbo and the wasp lady there.
But so the place is falling down.
Shit.
You know.
Well, it's a good
I just
workspace.
put my hand over my head on this part.
This is a hard hat area. What are you doing, bro? You're gonna get yourself killed.
You need garbage cans?
I was gonna say, is that a still? You guys making some whiskey in there?
Ooh. If we had my way. And this thing, it's almost in tune.
Oh man, the noise canceling on Discord's catching it, unfortunately, so we can barely hear it.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. The noise suppression on Discord is very good.
Yeah, and then a little confessional. I haven't been at one of these in a long time.
All right, go. Come on. Do your confession. How long has it been since your last confession, son?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Because I was Christian Catholic for a while, so I had to go to these things.
I've never even been in a confessional.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
actually kind of enjoy them.
I used to go to my buddy's Catholic church for fun. My dad was raised Catholic, and he hated it because he always used to talk about how the nuns beat the shit out of him in Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at the fallen cross. Oh my goodness.
Yep. I don't even think Jesus could have carried that one up the hills in Jerusalem.
Shit, that does look heavy.
I think it's heavy.
Somebody had the wherewithal to just kind of like lay it down gently instead of letting it fall over.
Some people were having some yinglings.
Oh hell yeah! Getting hammered in the abandoned Lithuanian church. Dudes rock.
These paintings are nice. Oh, maybe they're not. It's just never mind. It's just like a poster. I thought it was a painting from far away.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say too. Yeah, it's just Jeebus. It's your typical Jeebus dying on the cross. This place is cool as shit. Thank you for giving us a tour of this place.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
This is dope.
Now we can go back to like the backside of the farm where we have a lot of really nice hoop houses.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a great place because if there's something that you want to like do, you can find material somewhere and usually just go do it, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's awesome of having all that stuff on hand because like you said, you can have an idea about how to improve that particular bed or something, and yeah, you can go cut you some boards and put them together.
Yep. So Steph used a bunch of old doors, and we're doing flax beds for the local clothing company that's going to use the flax. So they're working on that on the backyard.
Nice.
Somebody's doing some weed whacking, it sounds like.
Oh, there was a Bernie sign. Spotted a Bernie sign. Marcus spotted one.
Where?
Where was it? In the church, Marcus? I didn't see it.
Okay, so this is now our back property. So there's 3 kind of hoop houses at the moment, some raised beds, 2 flat beds, cherries, raspberries, and we'll go through, you know, kind of like each little spot here and check them out.
Hell yeah. So
this we're building like a natural property boundary line because that building on the corner is the Hells Angels, I think Cleveland headquarters, and we kind of have some relations with them from time to time.
But they're not into community gardening? What the hell?
No, sometimes not. So all of these raspberries we took from even just like walking around the property. I get a good workout in.
I bet.
So this entire thing was a big raspberry bed that we took and transplanted a lot of raspberries out of here. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Really nice bird. Oh, gone. We took a lot of raspberries here and transplanted them to develop like a natural raspberry bush fence line. And then we also interplanted some sunchokes in between there to try to, bring, again, as much biodiversity as you can. I'll avoid the music a little since they're partying. But yeah, that goes all the way down there and then all the way across the back property. This one, I think these are onions that obviously we got to come out and take care of this bed. This is going to get replanted with tomatoes soon. So this will get flipped over pretty quickly. Here we've got leeks, a lot of leek rows, and brassicas. So this is going to be collards, kale, spinach, other lettuces, and so forth. This is our raspberry bed that's going to be, I don't know exactly what we're doing with it, but I'm not the executive director. Strawberries. Oh, wow. Johnny did a really damn good job of weeding that bed out. Holy shit.
Damn.
That's beautiful.
Not a weed to be found. It takes way longer than you'd think to weed out a bed like that, too.
Yeah, because I did this one.
Oh, what the hell, man? This is piss poor.
And I was like, I did a good job, too. But so Sophia did this one.
That's pretty
and
good.
Hers is better. And Johnny did that one, and his is better. So I'm not a good weed person, I guess. Which is why my project the past couple days was, okay, so this is our Hawken house. So this is like one of our nice hoop houses where we're growing a lot of stuff inside.
Oh, okay.
But this whole path here was overgrown with grass and weeds, and it was blowing in like inside, and then the whole edge here was all weeds too. So we took we started like ripping the weeds out, started like getting everything out, and then what I've been doing is just getting a shovel and going underneath.
Oh, would you look at that? Rolling up some sod.
And ripping this stuff out. And then we're going to do a row of stone along that part. And then this is going to be our wheelbarrow walkway. And then I think we're going to do like another thing of stone.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, when I was a kid, when we were digging up the yard and shit, my parents would always have me save the flat stones so they could use them to build like little stone walkways and shit, and to keep the weeds down on the edges of the gardens and stuff.
Yep. This was actually, until 2 days ago, all dirt. These were dirt paths that were hugely overgrown with weeds. So I dug out this side and brought mulch over to lay down. Sophia dug out this side yesterday. God damn, I couldn't believe that she did the whole thing.
Damn.
Yeah, she dug out this entire trench and brought the wood chips over. So our next thing is going to be, we got to reclaim this part too.
Uh-oh.
So the weeds don't jump that way and jump this way. But I'll get to that today or tomorrow.
Are those all weeds through there? It looks like there's some kind of like plant growing. That's not grass.
Do you know what that is? Is that a plant?
That's what I was thinking, but I wouldn't know. It looks like it's like something semi-productive, but it could be wrong. Oh no, that's just like crabgrass type shit, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's a weed.
In here we've got tomatoes growing. Potatoes. We got laid down. We got arugula. We had Asian mustard lettuce, but it all bolted. And whoever planted this a long time ago planted it way too dense. But it's still harvestable and edible. Oh, actually, that's really good. Nice.
There we go. Oh shit, 50 biddies from Gender Meowster. Trans rights are human rights. That's right, Gender Meowster. Thank you for the biddies.
Damn, this is really growing up. We gotta come out here and harvest.
Shit, yeah. Fucking overgrown. Look at that.
I know. There's so much to do here and we never get it all done. They even had rain capture systems here. I don't know exactly what happened with those. But yeah, they've tried to do everything here most times.
Wow.
These are where we're doing our flax beds.
I personally
So we're going to be growing flax for clothing weaving in these.
That's dope.
This is another one for flax that we've been working on. This entire thing needs to get all taken out, and then we're putting heirloom tomatoes all in here. As you can see, the work just does not end. And a lot of it was allowed to fall into disrepair.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't, I mean, like you said, there's always more work to do, and if you ain't got a friggin' platoon of people there working all hours of the day, then some stuff's we have to prioritize, right?
Right. Yeah. Like, I'm not supposed to be doing that walkway. That's really not a priority, probably. But like, I was just getting damn tired of slipping in the mud every time I went out to water.
Yep. Yep. I know what you mean there. It's easy to get bogged down in a side project, especially if you get sick of doing another thing. You're just like, what's a new thing I can do?
Right. Like, we need to stake about like 300 tomatoes. You know, and you know how long it takes to stake 300 tomatoes? A lot longer than I want to do.
Yeah. That's a commitment.
It's got a little fire pit here for nighttime, hangouts or so forth.
Oh, hell yeah. Some good revelry times. Dudes rock, drink some Yinglings, maybe go hang out in the haunted church. Who knows?
The other day, I think Sophia said she went into the church with a sledgehammer and was just like, I don't know, just hitting stuff. But everyone did. The sky is so blue here.
I know, right? It's a beautiful day out, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. All right, there's three more things to show. We'll go check out the chicken coop. And then I'm going to take us into the indoor grow rooms, but sometimes my connection gets a little spotty in there.
Okay.
Because of all the material that we have and so forth.
Got it.
When I first got here, Dick, within the first, I think, 2 weeks of being here, we took out 2 dumpsterfuls worth of trash out of the property. You couldn't get past right here. Like, it was just, it was all just, like I said, it came a long way.
Yeah,
but this is our shed. Yeah. Do you know how much stuff you can fit in 2 dumpsters?
A lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we've got anything that we need here. All of our shovels, our tools. Yeah, basically anything that you could ever really need for somewhere. That's good. You got to have an organization system for your tools. Otherwise, you end up with a rake through your foot, or the rake breaking your nose or your nuts. Especially with us having, volunteers from here and volunteers from there, you want to keep everything organized, or it is all going to get lost. Yeah, exactly. We're going in the coop. I recognize a coop when I see one. These are the chickens. Hello, ladies. So we got a second rooster, but they don't get along, so we have to get rid of the second rooster. Okay, there, your leg's working. Oh, nice. We got a lot of eggs in here. 6, 7. 8 eggs.
If you've
Dang,
never had...
nice.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Almost a dozen. No, you're good.
Oh, damn. That's what's up. Yeah, if you've never had farm fresh eggs, you never had eggs straight out the coop, you ain't never had an egg before. Shit is like orange.
That's our main.
Cock of the walk. Get his ass. Get his ass. Get dinner. It's dinner time.
Oh, you went the wrong way there, buddy.
Chickens are really dumb too. If you didn't know, chat, they're really, really dumb. Like they're good, like little like pets to have around. They're really well, like producing eggs and stuff is awesome, but they're dumb as shit. They'll like peck each other to death if one of them starts bleeding. You know?
Yeah, I'd really like. Have you heard of chickshaws? Do you know what a chickshaw is?
No, what's that?
So chickshaws are portable chicken coops on wheels that people use to till up different parts of their land. So your chickens all go into your portable coop at nighttime. You take down your temporary fence, you move them, you put up your temporary fence, and then you can get them to till up your soil for you.
My dad actually has one of those. I don't like it though because he raises meat birds in one of the chickshaws, and they live their whole life in the chickshaw, and they get like really fat. Because they're like genetically engineered to get really fat. So he moves it around, and they're genetically engineered to be mutants that can't move very well anyways. So he's like, they're happy in there until they die, you know? And I'm like, I don't like it, Dad. That's not. Yeah. You shouldn't.
We don't do meat birds. We just do egg birds. So.
Yes, they have egg birds too that like run the show. They run around the whole fucking property and like chase the dogs around and shit. But the roosters can be real aggressive too. So my dad had to get rid of a couple roosters because they literally attacked people when they came to visit.
All right, so we're gonna go indoors. Oh, not through that door. Yeah, 3-acre property, so it is pretty sizable.
Nice.
That's not good.
How loud are the chickens? Do you hear them squawking when they're laying eggs?
Not that loud.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know. I just hear the roosters. Okay, so. Oh, somebody's in here. Oh, I'll go to the other room. Hello. Hi. Oh, wonderful. Excellent. Okay, so here is. You still there?
I'm here.
Okay. Did it like drop out connection?
Just a tiny bit, but it's pretty good now. It's freezing here and there.
Okay. Well, this is one of our indoor grow rooms. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay. And these are the sunflower microgreens.
Oh, very nice.
These are corded blues. We got peppers. That's our other hydro start system. And then I'm just going to go back outside because the other grow room is basically the same.
Got it.
You know, if you've seen one grow room, you've seen it all. Well, I mean, you haven't, but.
That's cool as shit.
Sneak outdoors. Okay, that's the beginning of the end of the tour. What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I agree with like everyone in the chat who said like this just makes me want to have a bunch of property to do cool shit. Like obviously you need like a team of people to be able to maintain something that large, but yeah, just like wishing that I had a garden or something that I could have here other than just growing herbs and stuff, you know.
I think it's probably going to be more feasible over the next decade for groups of people to either buy a piece of land or rent a piece of land and kind of like work on like a community project together or have communities do it. I know there's some people in Canada where they'll get like 12 people together, they'll rent like a plot of land for the year and they'll just like pretty intensely market farm it and they really get like amazing results in yield out of something like that. So it doesn't have to be just your land. In one of my ideal dream world scenarios, I would probably find like 10 acres with maybe 4 people, and each person gets like an acre and a half, and then you split the other, 4 acres, that you can kind of have that be like your growing space or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome. I mean, and what I would say is too, you're doing this the correct way, in the sense that you're learning everything that you need to know before you go buy a piece of property and try to start the commune up and figure it out that way, kind of thing. Like, if this is something you'd be interested in, you like, don't go from twitter.com straight to 200 acres of land somewhere. That's a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I took this year, and this is kind of like what I want to do, at least for like a good part of the year. And yeah, it's been a great learning experience so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's way more to it than you'd think. Like, I think people think that farming is just stupid easy, and it's not. I mean, it took us centuries to figure it out, and now there are some best practices and shit.
The other thing it's been teaching me again is just like how to work with people again, and like how to work with volunteers, how to work with because like if you're going to WWOOF, it's kind of like Twitch streamers. There's a little bit of something weird as to why you ended up going to do something like that.
Yep.
I'm not explaining it perfectly, but I think you catch my drift.
Yep.
But yeah, working with like 5 or 6 different personalities, there was a board coup. There was like a new there was like all kinds of stuff going on in the background. There were financial, things or so forth. So just like relearning how to like function with a group and do building projects. It's kind of like, it's a little bit like an anarchist commune type thing, because like we have tasks to get done, but it's just like get them done. There's nobody watching over you. There's no like any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're getting a microcosm of, like you said, like even if you were able to get a bunch of people of your political ilk to live on a commune together, there will always be interpersonal things that you'll have to remember to deal with. Your political agreement is probably not as strong as you think it is, and your interpersonal, like, people still gonna leave the fucking dishes out and piss you off and stuff like that, like, it's stuff you gotta remember.
It happens. Luckily, we all kind of have like our own thing that we're pretty decent at. So it's been like, I don't think that you could have randomly picked 5 or 6 better people to get together. So thankfully, that's been like amazing and wonderful. And some of us are going to Cedar Point on Sunday. So we're going to I haven't taken a day off since I got here, I don't think. So
nice. Cedar Point's a theme park, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Dope.
Yeah, roller coasters and so forth.
Oh, hell yeah. They got like one of the tallest, it used to be like the tallest one in the world's there, isn't it?
They might. Yeah, well, I mean, I know that they used to. I don't know if they still have the tallest one, but they definitely have some top 5s, and they've got some fast as hell ones. So yeah, it's definitely like one of the premier amusement parks for roller coasters in the United States.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this place is awesome, man. Chat, let me look real quick to see if chat's got any questions. Anyone's, go ahead. Conway.
Oh, this is some of our... Okay, yep, go ahead.
Conway's asking, do the chickens ever peck at your hands? And does it hurt? Do the chickens peck you ever?
No, they've never pecked at my hands. I had to separate the 2 cocks from fighting. They got into it. Like, we wanted to see, are they going to be able to like survive with one another, but they're not. So we had to break them up. But no, I haven't had any injuries.
Well, they're fighting over the affections of the ladies, They're like, who is going to be the cock of the walk? There can only be one, and sometimes that results in death. Yeah,
we broke them up with water buckets.
Cool off, boys. Get the showers. What is this we're looking
this
at
is
here?
one of our composting piles.
Oh.
So this is just like, weeds and everything over like years and years and years, and we just used a bunch of this stuff in the flax beds that they're working on over there.
Nice. Oh, and you said so for the flax beds too, they're gonna like try and spin some clothing out of that, like to make some like thread some
There's
shit?
there's another project in Cleveland. I'm not exact. What's the Flax project in Cleveland called, Steph? What's the Flax project in Cleveland called? Rust Belt Fiber Shed. So I think they're getting like a lot of like local community places or community gardens to grow flax, and then they're going to come around and do like educational seminars, and they're going to harvest it and then use it into some textiles.
Got it.
There's also another one called like Rust Belt Raiders or something, and they have they're developing a larger and larger citywide food composting pickup system that then they take like kind of food waste from a lot of different people, and they're turning it down into growing soil, potting soil, and some other different types and so forth.
Nice. Someone asked, do you cull the baby roosters? And I think I can answer this one. The eggs don't ever get to hatch, you guys, even if they were fertilized by the cock of the walk there, they get eaten right away. They're not like, the hens don't get to sit on them long enough for them to hatch.
Yeah.
There's no culling because there's never a fetus.
So this bed got overgrown, as you can tell. But when I first got here, there was one person living here who had been here for about 5 years and had, let's just say, some problems come up, time and time again. And they were kind of moving out, so they weren't really doing any work. There was another person here who was working 40 hours a week, and she really wasn't doing that much. So there was one guy named Johnny from Louisiana, and Johnny kicks ass. He works hard every single day.
Mm-hmm.
He's awesome. He's probably like the biggest reason that I stayed. And then more people started to move in. And we're getting there.
That's awesome. It's coming along. Yeah, I mean, like you said, these are volunteers who are they'll come and go as they please. Shit comes up in your life.
Yep.
And like you said too, there's got to be something. You have to have a certain type of freedom in order to be able to do this. A certain type of life. To be able to just drop everything and go volunteer and live on a farm for a while, much like you have to be a similar version of weirdo to want to stream on Twitch for multiple hours a day, almost every day.
Yep. But yeah, and this is one of the bigger woofing projects. Usually it'll just be like maybe 2, maybe 3 people at most. But yeah, we've got like 6 here right now, and I think another person's moving in tomorrow even.
Oh, nice. Damn. How much room do you have for people there? Like, if someone wanted to get involved, was there room for them?
There is not anymore. No, we're now at capacity, and there's one person on a waiting list to potentially come. I guess there's maybe 7 bedrooms. We're installing 2 more bathrooms that are about like 80% complete at the moment. Literally just work going on everywhere all the time.
Damn. That's awesome. Do you know if they've ever had any chickens start to eat the eggs? That can be a problem sometimes.
Not to my knowledge, no. I don't think so.
My parents have never had that problem, but I've heard of it too. It's like once one of the chickens starts doing it, you have to kill that chicken right away. Otherwise, it passes like a weird social contagion to the other chickens might start doing it too. So you got. Yeah,
no, I don't. To my knowledge, we've never had that one happen. I don't think so.
Got it.
Now that we're making it... Oh, here's one more of our houses, actually. So we've got a lot of peas and radishes and so forth in here. This is really coming up nice.
Damn, that's pretty.
We're going to do a lot of tomato baskets. We're probably going to plant around like 200 or 300 heirloom tomatoes, I think.
I'm getting hungry.
I know. And okay, now that everybody is out of the way, there's one more room. Damn, John did a nice job cleaning that out today. Everybody just works hard.
Getting shit done.
Yep. Somebody built this the other day. Little herb bed. So this is going to be the house's herbs. Basils and thyme and everything.
Raised garden beds are great too. I've built some of those for like old people who can't like crouch over and garden all day.
Yeah, as you could tell, these were built for Johnny's my height. These are tall person raised beds.
Mm-hmm.
But as they should be.
Yeah, it
Not
makes
enough things are built for tall people sometimes.
exactly. It makes gardening easier because part of the hard part is like you were talking about weeding earlier. Part of the hard part of weeding is just being punched over like a Quasimodo for that long, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And I think I have this room to myself now. I do. This is our other tomato room. Let me turn the red light off.
Oh shit, that's trippy. Yep. Oh man, that was trippy. That was just looking at that with the reflection. That was awesome.
Yeah, these are, black cherries. We've got black plums, sun golds, more black cherry, pink ponderosas, pineapple. We've got sunflower micros, more tomatoes, more peppers, oregano, basil spice bush. Oh shit, our lighting system fell, so I gotta fix that over there.
Uh-oh.
Those plants are getting fucked up.
What is this? What is the pink bisexual lighting you got going on here? What is that stuff? How it's lighting system?
Plants are better with a specific wavelength of light, and this happens to basically be one of them. So they're better with like a red-blue combination than just a traditional fluorescent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we use those.
Wow, who would have known? Red blue is like the pink blue red bluish is literally bisexual lighting, and that is the one that helps plants best grow. We're onto something there. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but
these are the sunflower micros. So as you're growing them, you want to kind of like hit them a little bit like this, and what this does is it loosens those shells and it helps them pop the shell off a little bit easier.
You're petting them. It's like a chia pet.
And the basils and so forth.
Wow.
And that's about it.
That's dope, man. This is so cool. Fuck. I know it's hard work. I am jealous though that you're getting to have this experience. It's dope.
Oh yeah, it's been, like I said, it's a good growing opportunity. It's a good learning opportunity, and I needed to remember how to like work with humans again. I had been a streamer for such a long time and just like did everything on my own.
Mm-hmm.
That getting like back into like group collaborative work is really good.
It's funny. So Riviera just said in the chat, you got to touch the grass like you're just doing right now. You are doing it for real. When people say go touch the grass, they're not just talking about farming. They're talking about interacting with normal humans that aren't epic commies on twitter.com, which is exactly what you're doing. Learning a trade, how to do it correctly, and how to make it happen while building a community through some interpersonal relationships and learning a dope skill set. That's awesome, man.
The other cool thing was that arborist, I've been able to go out and work with him. So we did air spading, which is you take a massive air compressor, and if you need to like remove a tree, instead of stumping it, you blow all the dirt with your air compressor and your air spade out away from it, and then you can kind of like get the root system up that way. And or what you can do that for is if you have girdled roots. So if you have like if you planted a tree and then like grass grew all the way over it, and you mow it and you mow it and you compress it and you mow it and you hit the roots and so on and so forth, what can happen is like the roots can wrap kind of around the tree. So you want to air spade it out, and then you cut off the girdled roots to kind of allow it to grow again, or you're going to get like a rot or a fungus or anything. We're doing some tree vaccinations, I think, later this week of some maples and some other trees that got a little bit sick. Actually, I wonder...
which one? Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, or...
I got the Moderna. Actually, so the first day that I got in Ohio, I got my vaccine.
Nice.
They opened it up to like everybody the day that I arrived here, and I called in the morning. Well, okay, I got here at like 8 o'clock at night. I called in the morning the next day. They scheduled me for an appointment that day. So I just got my second shot. It's 2 weeks since my second shot, so I'm kind of, I guess today's the day.
You're fully vaxxed up.
Yep.
Shit, let's go. Big ups.
I am. I'm going to Cedar Point, and I'm making mojitos later.
Hell yeah. I just saw a headline too. The CDC just released some new guidelines that's like if you're fully vaxxed, you basically don't need to do like masking, social distancing anymore.
I haven't read the stories. I don't want to even, like, I'll take your word for it. That would make me happy if that's true. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to be done with it.
Yes.
Well, done with the perfect practice.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we're happy for you. This is dope. Thank you so much for giving us the tour. Is there like what do you want to plug? Do you want to plug the garden? Do you want to plug the stream? Let's do some shout outs.
I'm not in 100% endorsement of the place. It's about like 95. It's like 90%. I'm also notoriously like critical. But yeah, I'll plug something for me. I think. Yeah, if anybody wants to like follow my streams at all, I've streamed on Twitch for about like 2.5 years now. A lot of different types of content. I did geopolitical news, did some economic news, currencies, did some live streams in DC and so forth. So if anybody wants to see kind of like different type of content, it's twitch.tv/touring news. And on Twitter, it's I'm touring news 1. So I've been posting like some pictures and like some stuff like that on there. And I'm hoping to maybe do a couple of more farms this year, a couple more woofing projects. My goal for this year was to not pay rent. So I'm kind of just trying to go from, like project to project that will house you and learn while I'm doing it.
Awesome, man. Yes. I fucking don't, the command is busted for you to put in the chat, but I'm going to fix it right after we get off here. So we'll make sure everyone sends it to your stream so they can follow you and you can get updates live from the farm, and all the other cool shit that you're going to go do, like you said, after this. And then we'll make sure we get to shout out to you on Twitter. But thanks again, man. This is awesome. And keep us posted about how this is going on your adventures so we can tell the chat to go touch grass, all right?
All right, I will do. Have a great day. Thanks.
All right, you too, man. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right, nerds. It's just me now. Big dick coming at you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Marcus is gonna join me in a minute, but he's eating lunch. We're gonna keep rolling here. But while we're waiting for Marcus, we're gonna do a proper demonstration shout out for our boy Touring. I'm gonna show you his channel and I'm gonna put it up in the chat.
In response to the latest charges, local organizers are launching.
Oh, that's his stream. 1 second. Let me fix this. We'll go back to small dick. Thank you, Touring. That was dope. Yeah, that is life affirming. Like watching, like seeing like shit grow like that and seeing community people come together, like literally volunteering to do shit like that. You'll be like, oh, I don't want to yeet myself out of a window right now when I see shit like that happen, It's fucking dope. That's not the right one. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. And expand there. Boom. Move me over a tad. This is twitch.tv/touring news. As you can see, all of his recent streams have been touching grass, doing famine in Cleveland. And he's been making the tours around the streams too. He's been doing these. I saw he was on $27 stream the other day, doing an update on the farm and shit too. This is really great, like original fucking stuff that don't get enough of on Twitch. Don't get enough of touching the grass and learning how it grows. You're welcome for staying alive, Franglish. Thank you for staying alive and being here. All of you, chat. And touring news on Twitter. Let's find touring right now, so I can shout him out properly on Twitter as well. Pin tweet, wish I could help more. Free Palestine, that's God. You're goddamn right. That's how we all feel right now. Twitter.com/touringnews1. That's our boy. Oh shit, look at that.
P.S. Ted Cruz, go fuck yourself.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. I love it. I love a good water shot like that. Can't wait to go back home to Maine, visit some of the lakes I used to frequent when I was a kiddo. I'm trying to convince the whole Left Flank crew to come hang out in Maine, to come to the ancestral Dick Warlock homestead, hang out. I'm trying to convince them to do that this summer, because we'll all be vaxxed up. It'll all be safe to do. And you know, Marcus is just down the road in Maine. He's a ways away from where my parents live, but it's relatively close in comparison to Lorax and Erica. You know, but I'm gonna try and convince him, because I still haven't. I say this a lot, but I have not ever met Lorax or Erica in real life. It's all been on here. They're like some of my best friends in the world now. Best friends and business partners. Never met them. IRL. Summer Lake Party in Maine. Let's go. LFV Coachella. It's happening. Look at the bisexual lighting trips me out every time. It looks like you're just doing it for cool effects for a Twitch stream, but it's actually the proper frequency. That's so everyone follow Touring News on Twitch and on Twitter. Make sure you get the notifications turned on so you can see him when he goes live. He can show you some more farming shit. It's fucking sick.